We're wasting so much energy on things that other people are pressuring us to do. What we are defining as our duty or obligation, but we don't really want to do it. What if you can turn everything around and just flow with it and come from a place of want? I will introduce you to the mind-boggling realization that you can free so much energy by stopping the resistance to all those things we should be doing. The word should, when said by others or when you say it to you, triggers a big resistance in you, like a big hump like this. And it takes up a lot of energy, but it doesn't have to. I have been a doctor of good energy for 18 years. My mission is to light up the world in a sustainable fashion, including your life, so that you can light up other people's lives. I have transformed myself from being a mostly reactive person to being somebody flowing with life. And that has freed up so much energy so I can do all the things I want to do and more. It can happen to you too. The word should seem innocent and normal, but it's one of our biggest enemies when it comes to energy. It is an invisible energy suck. So how come nobody's been talking about this, you might say? I just learned this thing, that duty and love cannot exist in the brain at the same time. One is something you have to do. And love, real love, is giving and flowing outwards. It's not restricting. And the word should is completely synonymous, equal to duty, something we have to do. Something we have to do and not something we choose to do. You see, that's a big difference. So if duty and love cannot coexist, we really have to take action, right? Because we want to be in those high vibrations where we love and we are joyful and grateful. So if we are in those high vibrations, and should is a big stealer of that, we need to take action. So the big action is changing it to I want. Maybe we don't need that I want. Go into the story right away. I have a little company and I have hired a number of people, and I realized that lately our business hasn't been going so well, and I spend all my time saying I should be able to pay. I have to pay people at the end of the month. Oh, this burden is big on me. And yeah, it's true. You should pay all your employees by the end of the month. But if you spend all your energy thinking of that, you should, when you feel like you don't really have the money, or you should invest it in something else, you are sucking out the life of yourself this month instead of working on solutions. Another example is, you say to yourself, I should really stop eating sugar and refined foods or processed foods. And you come into the kitchen in the office, somebody brought you your favorite box of cookies. And every time you come into the kitchen for something to drink, you see this cookie. And you're working actively to resist it because you should not eat it. But all the time, even when you sit at your desk, you're thinking of that cookie. Should I have a cookie? No, you should not have a cookie. And by the end of the day, your resistance have broken down a bit. And there you go. You go and have a cookie. And once you broke down, you have another cookie and another cookie and another cookie, and you feel really bad. And all that should have done nothing for you. Now, how do you transform that to something else? In both cases, you can really have an I want mindset. If I have that small business, I can gather the employees and tell them, wow, we didn't do so well the last month or the month before financially. Let's think about new things. I want this company to succeed. I want you to succeed with it. Let's work hard together to make it succeed. See, now the business leader, me, would say, I want. It's a choice, and I can flow with it. So every morning I wake up, I'm not saying I should be paying people at the end of the month. Where would that come from? And I say, I want this business to succeed. I think that really can change things by the end of the month. If nothing else, you've had all the energy to actually take action. And when it comes to the cookie, you can say, I want to eat nutritious food. You come into the kitchen, you see your favorite cookies there. Oh, I remember those being very delicious. But it's not an I want statement. And you just pass it. Take a cup of water and go out. You have no resistance to it. You're just flowing with your statement, I want to eat nutritious food. So that is the big difference. Now, if you have children who should go to bed at a certain time and who should be ready to take the bus to school in the morning, as long as it's not their active choice, there's going to be a lot of resistance in them to every time you said, you should really get ready for bed now. You should hurry up. Where's your bag? The school bus is coming. So you build up in them a lot of resistance. Think about some way of transforming it. Within the child should come the thought, I want to go to bed, so I be rested, or I want to go to school, let me get ready. But it might be hard, maybe they really don't like school. You can play a game with them, for example. Say, I bet today could be 5% better than yesterday. You can be feeling 5% happier. So yesterday you started with only 5 out of 100 happiness. Let it be 6 out of 100 today, a little bit. And let's discuss it when you come home. When the child goes in with that mindset, it's something they want to do. They want to see if they can make a little improvement in the day. And before you know it, they want that every day. And they come home and they say, well, I see that this teacher, actually, she really liked me today. We had a nice conversation. Before, we've always been smashing each other. It's all about the mindset. And you have to be simply aware of what you say and how you say it to the people around you, to your teammates, to the people who do sports with you or the people who work with you. If we, instead of having a should or have to there, could convert it into I want to, we want to, it changes everything. What about other kind of duties? What about duties that you have to show up for your family? For example, everyone comes to grandma for the holidays, and there is an uncle there you cannot stand. So you feel a big obligation, a duty, a should come, but I really don't want to. So, what is the duty here? Is the duty to do everything the same as we did last year? Or is the duty you really feel as you want to honor your grandmother? Doesn't have to be that you show up for the family dinner. Maybe something else would happen for you this year, but you make sure that your relationship with your grandmother gets a whole new priority in your life. Then she feels respected. She knows how much you appreciate her. And the duty of showing up for this family dinner is no longer there. You have changed your should come to I want to have a good relationship with my grandmother. And you have avoided a lot of pain and suffering sitting at the table with the uncle you never liked. It might not even be your blood uncle. You could be married to your aunt. Whoever it is that is usually making your holidays less than pleasant for you. As an adult, we have choice. We have different choice than when we were children and we had to come along with our parents. Now we have different choice, but we have to take a step back to realize, what is it I want? And when it comes to anything you consider to be a duty, see it from a different light. If the duty is to work, for example, for a company for 8 hours, you can ask the company if it's possible to change that from different. Maybe everyone comes at 8, and maybe you don't meet customers. You could actually come at 10 if you are a late riser, for example. Try it. Try it. You still do your 8 hours, but on a different schedule. That might work better for you. Let's try it out. Realize that you have more choice than you think. Yeah, so realizing that should is a problem is not enough. Nothing changes until you change. So take a deep breath and dedicate yourself to find those shoulds in your life and eliminate them to the biggest extent possible. Realize you have a choice, and also when you work with others, to work from a choice perspective that gives the team more energy, that gives your family more energy, that gives the relationship more good energy. So I invite you to subscribe to this channel and share this episode with someone you love and care for. It will help us grow. It will help us spread this message that I really want to spread to as many as possible, to light up the world a little bit, one person at a time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.